Microphone check, 1, 2, 3. Microphone check, 1, 2, 3, 4. Microphone check, 1, 2, 3. Microphone check, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Good. All right.
That is all. I'm going to put up a postgame. Yeah, I got to put it on your thing. Thanks, man. All right, thanks. Okay, I might change my password. Look at that shirt. What are you doing up? How dare her not be here?
What is this?
All those 25
I just plugged it in right now.
What? That from Preseason? What? What? Your crop, your lack of crop.
Microphone check, 1, 2, 3. Microphone check, 1, 2, 3, 4. You white?
Sorry. At least I didn't go with my response that I thought of when you told me I could crop my photo.
There's a crop on him.
What? No, I was going to say I tried, but I couldn't quite see over the blinding glare and make it too hard. But I thought that's
You should have just cropped another one that was just right in on his head. And then, sorry, here you go.
that would have been better.
takes full advantage of the scheme, and he's doing that. And we're really impressed with what he's been doing. Really, the whole preseason, he's been great.
What have you seen from Cade Johnson so far? It seemed like he took advantage of some difficult throws that were made.
Yeah, I thought a couple of the guys just there was enough balls thrown and caught, and we get a great chance to look at guys. I think Cade has looked really good in practice. He's a real just instinctive football player, and he shows that he's got sense and feel and all that kind of stuff. He was a really productive player in college, and he just seems like he's carried it over. So he's working hard to take advantage of it.
Do you get enough look to see how the tempo was like?
You know, it feels so comfortable to us. There were times in the game, we moved it around a little bit tempo-wise, and we don't have any problem with it. We're very comfortable with it. So the communications are really solid. You can see, I think you can see the background that Sean has with Shane in system-wise. He's really in command of it. And those guys, like it happened last week too, you can really hear the clarity and the conversation going on between those guys, and we're able to take advantage of rhythm and adjusting things at the line of scrimmage and all of that. So he did a nice job tonight, I thought. How about Sean now? Go ahead.
What do you think of the play of your corners, especially early in the game?
Yeah, I don't have a good evaluation on that right now. I don't know. I don't have anything to help you with. I gotta see the film.
How different is your player usage in 3-game exhibition season as opposed to the last 4 wins you had? I mean, how do you?
This format for us was different than we've ever done before. We've done something different, and it hasn't been a lot of fun and games, with the way we're playing. But week 3 is a big deal for us, and we'll go back to a lot of the other guys that haven't played in the first 2 games to prepare them for game 1 of this regular season. That's been the plan all along.
What was going on with Alex McGough in the first half?
He made a really tough decision on the one on the sidelines. It was just not a good throw at all. To not get the screen off, wind up as a pick. That shouldn't happen. We got to throw the ball away there. There's just a couple bad plays. He worked hard. He ran, did the things that we want him to do, move around. But a couple tough situations. I think it was 3rd and 12 or something like that when we throw the pick in the first one. And put him in a tough situation. Gave him a chance to see if he could figure it out. And that's a place where he had to throw the ball away and just take the loss right there. And I need to see that on film to really verify that, but that's what it felt like in watching it. And so, those are decisions that you got to make right. We can't give the ball away.
At first glance, what did you think of Stone Forsythe?
I can't tell you. I didn't know enough film. I guess know enough until I see the film. I won't know.
Are you doing it this way with the starters and Russell Wilson because there's 2 weeks between that last exhibition?
I really like the 2 weeks. Yeah, we're trying to take full advantage of that. I think that's a great deal for the league, and I think everybody's going to really appreciate that. I think it's a really good idea. It's been enticing the whole time. They know they get all that time to get guys back and all that. This is the game that they can play and get more airtime. We were just trying to balance it out, and make sure that he got enough looks and all. I think he had like 15 or 16 plays or something like that. It wasn't really counting plays. I just wanted to give him a chance to get out on the field and play. It worked out between he and Alex. I think they just about split plays. I think they both had 15, 16 plays, something like that.
You mentioned.
I can't remember if Alex got much in the second half. I don't know. He might have got a couple, so he might have picked up a little bit more.
You touched on Ballore, but just what does it do for you guys when you have a player who's willing to just, fullback, I'm a linebacker, just kind of get out there and play a ton of snaps?
He is an amazing football player and a big factor on this team. He's the captain of the special teams and as well. And we're not using him on special teams because we're saving him for potentially playing offense and defense in the game. He was ready to play both ways. He's an amazing kid and a player, and there aren't very many guys that can do that.
What's DJ shown you this summer? Dallas.
DJ Dallas, okay, DJ Reed. He's been really consistent. He's been more explosive. He seems like he came back to camp more fit, and with the benefits of an off season, that the power wise, he's more powerful than he was. He seems quicker than he was, and he's a really good guy to play with. He's really clear in the games. He's a clear thinking guy that you can make adjustments. You can talk to him, and he's a good ball player, and he's really shown that. I know Russ thinks the world of him, and he knows he can throw him the football and he'll make plays and all of that. That's a really positive that they've built over the year and a half we've been together, whatever. And so he's done an excellent job.
Rasheem Green hasn't played very much out of a two-point stance before this year, and he's been doing that a lot these first two preseason games. How have you seen that manifest in the way he's played?
Yeah, I think he's done a really nice job. He's been really active. He has just been so consistent, and he's making the clear statement that he fits and he's part of what we're doing, and I'm really fired up for him. He was excited about the focus of the change in the position, and he's taken to it really well.
Overall, what were your early impressions of your rush group, that kind of third down package that you guys have?
We were okay on third down. We just weren't okay on fourth down. They did a great job exercising the fourth down attempts. They made 3 out of those 3 for 3, and they all were part of them scoring on those drives. And so. I need to look at it really to give you a good evaluation. But I thought the guys brought it pretty hard, and it was active. It's going to look a little bit different, a couple weeks from now, even from where it is now.
This might be another hard one to evaluate without film, but Aaron Fuller, what did you get from him?
Yeah, he continues to make plays. He does a nice job. He's come through. He's been really solid throughout the offseason in terms of everything he's done. All of the practice time, the workouts on our field. He continues to be really solid. He's a real natural football player, really comfortable in different situations, and it's not too big for him. And he made some really good clutch catches. Got whacked a couple times too, and hung on to the football well. So he's been real competitive.
Anything else?
Okay.
Thank you.
See you guys.
Quiet.
How much do you like playing defense again?
What's that?
How much do you like playing defense?
Oh, it's awesome. It was nice to get back out there and a little rusty. I forgot that we're actually playing in the NFL, and it's not like college days or a couple of years ago. I have to kind of really get back into the swing of things. It was good to get back out there, got to play with a bunch of the young guys, and, just trying to get them lined up and, trying to remember what I'm doing myself half the time out there. But it was good. Felt good to get out there.
Before this summer, when was the last time you played linebacker?
I want to say probably 2017 or 18. The years kind of run together for me now, but it's been a while. I've done it casually a couple times last year and the year before in practice, but nothing at this level. But I have great teachers from Bobby to Coach JG, and it's been an easy transition.
How does this work during the week? Are you going back and forth between the linebacker room and the running back room?
Yeah, it was a little hairy this week because I was doing a little bit of offensive stuff, and then I would go to the defensive room and get called a traitor or whatever, and have to deal with that. And I kind of knew I was going to have to do a little bit of fullback stuff, so I just kind of brushed up. Luckily, I was able to kind of do that in the past couple of weeks, so I knew that stuff, and then did mostly linebacker stuff to get in the swing of things.
You were joking this week that the young guys don't know you used to play linebacker, so you can impress them, or have they figured it out yet?
I hope not. But I don't think a lot of them do know that I used to play linebacker, so I'll try to keep that a mystery as long as possible. And they're like, wow, that's pretty cool that you're able to just do that. But I've, had a little bit of experience doing it.
How long does it take to brush the instincts off to where you can shoot the gap into the backfield like that to make those sort of plays and see that sort of stuff come along? How long does it take to kind of recapture that side of things?
Yeah, I mean, I think like the first series, I was kind of rusty, just getting off blocks and kind of seeing everything, and you kind of are able to narrow it down as you go. I was just trying to get settled in, and it's a little bit more just trying to get everyone lined up and get the call in, and it takes some time, but once you get settled in, it's like I've always played, I guess.
So you're just ruining the offense in practices before snaps?
I try not to. They give me too much credit. They just assume that I know all the plays, but I pretty much just know what I'm supposed to be doing if I'm playing fullback. So, but that's another, we can keep that a mystery. But I hear things and I recognize them from meetings. I'm like, oh, I kind of remember them talking about that. And if I make a play, they assumed I cheated on it. So it's kind of, what are you going to do?
What's been your view of what DJ Dallas has done this summer?
It's been amazing. It'll be fun to see it tomorrow. It's hard to kind of, when you're out there, but like his kick return was amazing today, and he's making plays, catching the ball out of the backfield and running. It's awesome. I mean, obviously we have a lot of great backs, so sometimes, last year maybe he gets lost in the shuffle with guys because, we have dominant running backs. And, I think what he's done in the preseason has been awesome, and he's really shown a lot of growth, I think, over the year.
Is he one that sort of embraced the special teams aspect of things from when he first got here?
Yeah. I think he always did, but I think he's taken it to the next step. So I think he even blocked a punt tonight too. And that's something you need. I try to, tell young guys, especially running backs, those kind of positions, like if you're like a 2, a 3, a 4 running back, you have to be able to contribute on that kind of stuff. And, we count on guys like that on special teams. And for him to step up and make plays like that, that's huge for our team.
Did you see notice what happened to Ben? It looked like he was away from the play when that happened?
I didn't see it. You just hate to see it anytime, especially on, a play that's a touchback like that in the preseason. It's rough to see in someone that's a cornerstone of the special teams and, a great linebacker in his own right. It's awful to see something like that, and I hope he's okay. Haven't really heard, but, it's never good when someone gets carted off like that.
Anything else? Thank you, Josh.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
Text I got was Trey Brown, 88-31. Cam Chancellor's coming in? There it is. Who's that? Chris?
got your first 2 NFL games under your belt. How have you felt about your performance?
Yeah, I mean, just being able to go in there and try to make an impact on offense. I mean, Shane's always throwing stuff at us every week, and we don't have it all in preseason, but just to get the basic grip of the offense and then try to contribute on special teams as much as I can. And I'm still, asking Izzo to get in there on reps and trying to, make a mark to prove that I need to be on this team. So, I mean, it's just been a good feeling to be able to get out there and get the NFL tempo down and really just go play ball again.
What's been the biggest kind of difference in trying to get up to speed compared to South Dakota State and the kind of gap that there is there?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's just a little bit faster. Obviously, just from the college level just to the NFL is, I mean, everyone's super smart. Everyone knows their roles. They know their keys. You really just got to hone in on your technique and just attention to detail. And I've really been trying to focus on that just during training camp and just getting that right. So, I'm not perfect. I never will be perfect, but, I'm trying to perfect my craft as much as I can.
You mentioned special teams. Was that something you were asked to do much in college? I mean, obviously you were a huge part of the offense. Did they have you
Yeah,
there?
I mean, my first identity in college was actually kick returning. So I actually ended up breaking the school record my redshirt freshman year. And, just being able to be on special teams. Obviously, when I got more load on offense and, Dallas Goedert left to the Eagles and then Jake Winicki, obviously, in the CFL, the bulk of the offense was more to me. So I was on less special teams. But, I still have a basic grasp of, playing fast and physical and just being on those units. So, I mean, I understand what it takes. And, I'm just trying to, help in any way I can.
Nick Bellore was just in here talking about he tries to pass that message on to young guys. Like, look, if you're not DK Metcalf, you need to play on special teams. When an 11-year vet who's basically been in the league this long for special teams is telling you that, how much weight does that carry?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. I mean, I just remember I hadn't really talked to Nick at all, and just one day in practice, he's a great guy. He's been in this league, and he just came up to me and was like, Cade, if you got to find just one special teams, talk to Izzo, let him know, just try to make your mark, prove your point. And so that's what I've been trying to do. And obviously getting the kick return tonight was really nice. And I hope I can get some more in the future. And DJ's back there returning them, and Trey Brown in the past couple weeks. But I feel like I can compete with that spot too and give a good look there. So, just however I can do, whether it's gunner, I can block, just whatever I can do. So hopefully I can keep expanding my role and, so.
Kate, it wasn't the true 12 experience, I guess, but still 68,000 had to be pretty cool.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, it was really loud, and I just love Seattle and the environment. And, my family came from Omaha, Nebraska, and they were upset because they didn't tell me it was this cold, and it was super muggy in Omaha when they left, and my girlfriend was mad at me because she didn't pack any sweatshirts and all that. But the environment and the fans, I mean, the fans are second to none, and it's just an awesome experience. And Coach Carroll, I mean, every week he tells us about the 12s, and he's not lying when he says it, and he never sugarcoats it. I mean, they are what they are, and they're the best fans in the NFL. So,
Okay, going back to honing your skill, balancing doing the technique in practice and then getting in the games and not overthinking anything and just executing what's in your mind.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to Coach Kerry Joseph a lot. He's been a huge help for me. Obviously, Nate Carroll is big with me too, but me and Coach Joseph just talked tonight. He came up to me, he's like, Cade, he's like, you don't think as much in the game. In practice, I like to, try to get all my mistakes out of the way in practice so when I can go to the game, I can be crisp and 100%, and the quarterbacks know where I'm at, and I know my assignments, alignments, and all my techniques. So just within the week, I try to get all the mistakes out, ask as many questions as I can. I mean, Freddie is he's a good to have in front of me. Obviously, prayers up to JU. He's been awesome for me as well. And DK and Tyler, obviously, just some great guys. And just during the week, they're helping the young guys and trying to get us all up to par. So it's been a good experience so far.
You mentioned Dallas Goedert. Did you reach out to him at all in the lead up to coming into camp or anything to get a sense of what to expect or any of those sorts of things?
Yeah, Dallas is like a big brother in a sense to me. He's just randomly, he'll always just text me, see how I'm doing. He always is calling me. I mean, when the whole undrafted free agent thing came and the Eagles really, were trying to, get me to go to Philadelphia, and they kind of put him into the little mesh there too. But no, he's been great for me, and his agency's out in California, and so is mine. So just during this really long time period, I've been able to spend a little time with him, and he came back to Brookings for, I was there for 2 years after he left, so he was a great mentor for me and just telling me what to expect and kind of giving me the ropes and guiding me in a sense. So he's a really good mentor for me.
We haven't really talked to you about the decision before. Why did you end up out here instead of going to Philly or somewhere else?
I mean, just both the Carrolls, when you got Pete Carroll calling you, and, that was already a really tough day for me, just because going into the pro day, like I just had really high expectations. I felt like I handled the Senior Bowl to my abilities, but, I'm a big believer. I believe that God had, this in store for me, and, I just take it for what it is, and just given the opportunity, all I need is an opportunity, and I've been the underdog my whole life, so I feel like this is perfect for me, and, Coach Carroll, he called me, and he made me feel like I was wanted here, so, that's all it really took, and I'm happy to be here, so.
Anything else, guys? Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
That's good.
First time you've ever blocked a punt?
Yeah, it's my first time blocking a punt, and it felt great.
How big of an adjustment is it for you jumping into the special teams? I'm kind of doubting you did all that much of it in college to then come in and do stuff like that and running down on kicks and stuff and making that adjustment.
Well, I did a lot on, and I played a lot of special teams at Miami. Coach Todd Hartley, he always said we put the best players on special teams. So I take pride in special teams.
Was it nice to see it then kind of pay off then a little bit, getting a partially blocked punt and having a couple big returns then tonight too?
Yeah, I mean, I had fun, man. I'm just glad that Coach Izzo put in, he put in a scheme, and the scheme worked.
We've seen you catching a bunch of passes out of the backfield. I mean, you have a little bit of a receiver background. Just how comfortable do you feel in that pass catching back kind of role?
Yeah, I started off as a receiver in college, and I feel good catching the ball, especially if I could help the team. If that's my niche or that's my role, then I'm glad to be that guy.
How much more comfortable are you right now this year compared to a year ago, coming in with no preseason and trying to get ready to go up to speed for games and such?
Shoot, man, I'm having fun, bro. Like last year, I was, kind of doubting myself a little bit. Didn't have the off season that I wanted to have. So I was, I felt myself being a step behind. This year, I had a dang good off season. Feel good. I'm in good spirits. I'm in a good space mentally. And man, like I said, I'm having fun.
Where did you work out this offseason?
I was between here in Seattle, Arizona, and back home. So I trained out in Exos, and I trained at League of Champions out in Arizona. Then I was here at FSP, and then I was back home, back at my old high school, trying to, just going back to that old place of the good old days.
Is there anything you can't do on offense? 'Cause, like, you're willing to pass. I mean, you're willing to pass the ball as well? You mean versatile.
I played quarterback in high school. Nah, yeah, we went to state too. I was good at quarterback.
But on a serious note, just how satisfying is it for you to be able to be a contributor to the team?
Man, it's just a freaking dream come true. I'm on one of the best team in the NFL. I'm wearing one of the greatest numbers in franchise history, and I'm contributing. It's a blessing, man. I'm having fun.
Looking back now on coming into camp last year, kind of off what I was asking a minute ago, how daunting ultimately was that when you're coming into camp and trying to get ready as a rookie with no preseason, no offseason, doing everything via Zoom and trying to figure everything out? How big of a whirlwind was that, and how big of a struggle is it?
Just coming in last year?
Yeah.
Man, last year was tough. Like, I was, it wasn't normal. Like, we were, like, on the computer 24/7. Like, meetings were Zoom and all of that stuff, and I wasn't used to that. I was used to, like, being in person and being personable with people. I'm a social guy. Like, I like to, like, feel you. I like to feel the energy of the room and energy of my teammates. And I feel like we at first we couldn't gel, or like I wasn't gelling because I'm kind of like socially awkward in a way. But man, it was tough. It was tough. And compared to now it's easy. It's easy because we're in person. We're close to each other. Like, it's all good now.
What did you think of your fullback playing linebacker?
Nick, you see that hit? Boy, he's a bat out of hell, man. That's my guy. That's my guy.
When did you find out that he played, started 10-plus games at linebacker in the NFL and has done that before in the past?
I heard.
He's trying to keep it a secret, but.
No, I know that because his coach back at Central Michigan, Dan Enos, was my offensive coordinator back at Miami. So I heard about him and Alex Collins before I, got to the league.
Anything else, guys?
Thanks.
Thanks, DJ.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a nice night.
Trey, Pete talked about you getting some first team reps this past week and you're out there a lot today. Just how do you feel like this progression's coming for you in your first camp?
I feel like it's progressing pretty well. They're starting to buy into me a little bit more and more as I continue to do what I do, and that's compete. Just making plays, no matter if it's the first, second, or third team. Just go out there and do what I do best, and that's just to cover guys and continue to make those plays, and that's for them to continue to trust me as far as being a player on that field. And they gave me more opportunities to go out there and do what I do. It was kind of quiet, I didn't really get targeted, but as far as everything, I was just out there trying to work on my technique.
What have you been able to take away from the 2 games so far?
It's different. The first game was a little different. The second game, I got to see the starters. The first game, I really didn't get to see the starters because I came in the second half. So I really had to be on my P's and Q's, and it was a lot faster than last week. That's what I could tell you just by playing those guys and just seeing things. So I had to be quick.
Even when the ball's not coming your way, is there just the way those guys run routes at this level? Is there stuff you can learn just on every rep you get out there?
Yeah, of course. Just watching those guys, watching them run routes and stuff like that, and just seeing how longer the routes develop. A lot of things are like 20 yards comeback. Like, you're seeing 20-yard curls, 20-yard comebacks and stuff like that. When in college you see like 12-yard curls and stuff. So just really just staying true to me and trying to get the feel for those routes.
How's your confidence kind of coming along and seeing NFL level talent, knowing you can go up against it? I mean, I remember seeing in practice the other day, you were able to knock a ball away from DK up the sideline and such to kind of face guys like that. And I know you just said you didn't get many ops tonight, but to kind of have that.
Yeah, it grows. It grows every time I'm out there. Going against those guys like DK and stuff like that, and just me continuing to build the confidence out there. And I feel like if I can cover DK, at practice, that just goes to show that I can, go out there and compete with those guys and cover, anybody. And that's why they drafted me, because they believed in me and I believe in myself as well. When I go out there and cover the first team guys, so just going out there and cover those guys, knowing that I got the confidence and just running with the ones, that really helped me a lot.
Is the bigger adjustment mental, trying to get all this new stuff from the NFL underneath your belt, or is it like the physical, seeing the difference in speed and trying to figure those sorts of things?
I'd say mental. A lot of things is a lot faster than what you're normally seeing, whether you're in college or not. So it's a lot faster than college for sure. And so it's just really just understanding what's going on and what's coming. And so you just got to read those. You got to read splits. You got to read a lot of things, and it's just quick. So I'd say mental, because I feel like physically I can run with anybody, and I'm a physical player. So I don't really worry about the physical side.
There's only so many kick return reps in the game, but we saw you out there in the Las Vegas game getting a chance. Is that something you want to try to get after if you can?
Yeah, of course. I want to be an all-around guy. I want to do as much as I can here, and just be, the best I can be, whether that's kickoff, kick return, punt return, even if I'm on punt return. I just want to be that guy that just make the plays for this team.
How many special teams units are you on right now?
I'm on all of them. I'm on all of them.
Thanks, Trey.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
That's it, right? Thank you. Thanks, Chris.
Good, thank you.